And welcome back, dear viewers. You are still watching Cairo Local Time, and in this segment of our program, we are going to talk about the 12th edition of the Egyptian Theatre Festival, which wrapped up its activities last week. And this edition was inaugurated by the Minister of Culture, and it carries the name of late Karim Mutawa, and it was headed by artist Ahmed Abdelaziz. And to shed more light on this festival, we are joined today by one of the members of the organization committee, Dr. Amani Hola. Good afternoon, Dr. Amani.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Amani, tell us more about your experience and what is new this year in the festival.
The festival this year has a different taste,
Yes.
comparing with the previous editions. The artist Ahmed Abdelaziz actually shows very strong administrative and management skills, impressed all of us. And that encourages me to try to help and to be in the organization committee of the festival. We can start by the touch of gratitude he did towards the pioneers in all fields of art related to the theater, not only the actors and actresses, which are the most famous and they are attracting all the fame and light, but there are unknown soldiers always behind the curtains, and they never show off, and people never knew about them, although they are having a very important role. This year he mentioned them and nominated the part of the awards towards their names, even the passed away, some of them. Also, the classification of the awards this year has a special character of putting the children and the special needs people in our map, which was not, they used to be neglected before. I felt very happy for that. We had a very strong competition for the children theater with all the concepts, starting from the music, all the factors that affects the play was put in consideration. Also, the special needs people were present very strongly, and they had lovely actually play called the winner was one of them, Opera Bint Arabi.
Yes.
I invite you and all our friends and viewers to go and
So
and
there
see.
was a competition among children, and people and children with special needs also participated.
Yeah.
You mean the talented and skilled ones who can play on musical instruments and right?
Even with the smart direction, we can direct them to do simple
Yes.
words and make
Acting.
simple acting,
Yes.
expressing themselves. Actually,
Yes,
they are
very good
expressing
gesture, yes.
their role in life. They are not pretending something else
Yes.
other than their real life and what they are in need of, and how to express themselves.
Yes. So, Dr. Amani, why did you choose to be an organizer in this year's edition?
I touched actually the difference in this year, especially Ahmed was trying hard to make it more popular,
Yes.
not only concerning the people who are interested in theater, but it's for everybody. Every citizen has the right to see and to have a small dose of art and elegancy, and even having some kind of enjoyment, because this is very important to everybody of us. We need to see people expressing the problems of the
Yes.
society. Some of the people have talents and they live and die without discovering themselves, without knowing how to show this talent,
and
how
skill.
to even improve them. This is very important to get people in touch with the theater more. There were 20 theater opening throughout the festival free of charge. Every theater has 2 or 3 shows. يعني people were, a lot of people were around understanding this new experience actually.
So this takes us to the importance of spreading cultural awareness among especially youths who are not used to going to theaters and watching these important and cultural plays in theaters. So how can we attract them again to go to the theaters?
This is very important question,
Yes.
actually, because the point is not an cultural event
That
takes
will end.
place for a few days and ends, and that's all. Actually, we have a lot of recommendations, and this is our challenge this year. We are insisting to make sure that this recommendation will put on the table and will be tried to be implemented throughout the cultural season. To give the next festival the results of our efforts, not to be only theoretical people talking in the space without achieving anything on the ground.
So can you tell us some of these recommendations and what are the main aims?
It was in the word of actually Ahmed Abdelaziz in the opening. He said, "I'm dreaming that every place in Egypt will have a chance to see a kind of our art, even in the very far areas like Halab, Shalatin,
Yes.
Sinai.
Upper Egypt, yes.
Yeah, we need to spread out the right thinking, to change the people thinking on how they are dealing with their problems in a very nice and elegant way, not by direct advice, but by showing them how to think, how to consider their problems, like the plays they are watching. You will find them themselves are saying they are supposed to do so, not by
Yes.
directing them, but making them inspired and try to find solutions.
Also, many actors, directors, artistic figures were honored in this festival. How do you see this move?
It was moving everybody in the
Yes.
opera. Even يعني makes us feel that gratitude of the people who made a lot of efforts to make us happy, and they sacrificed their life to this kind of art. Now they are actually not showing anymore, but they need to be remembered, they need to be appreciated, and to feel that we don't forget them, we understand the roles, and we say just thank you for them.
Also, Dr. Amani, can you tell us more about the role of your organization in this festival?
People used to know about my organization that we are taking care of the street children and the vocational training of them. But actually our name is what sorry, I don't want to mention our name, but part of our name is that we are improving the society. To improve people who are in need, they don't have a way to live, they don't have source of living, is by teaching them how to work and how to gain their own money by their efforts. So this was our battle with these street children and breadwinner ladies. But for the if we go a little bit up in the social classification, to the people who are already, they have their way to live, but still there is an emptiness in their life because they don't have enough spirit, we can say spirit needs. the youth who are staying in the coffee shops waiting for great opportunities, not being practical or realistic. Even people who are working and they have hard life and they need some kind of entertainment. They need to change their lifestyle, to put the time for amusement in their schedule, and it's very reasonable price-wise and financial-wise. It's very cheap. Some of the activities, many of the activities are free of charge, but people, they don't know. But this is our aim, is to make people understand that they can have enjoying their time, practicing their hobbies, watching very good dose of cultural and ethical and artistic subjects without having this barrier that all these activities are very expensive, we cannot afford it, we cannot go to. No, students have the right to get it with 50% discount, and the tickets starting from £20.
Yes.
With £10, it's cheaper than a glass of tea. You can go and watch something nice. You can ask how to participate if you have any hobbies. You can try to see yourself in practicing them. This is, I think it's part of the development our organization is interested in, and is having this decision to work on them, with starting from people who don't have any skills, getting up to the talented people who are trying to find a way to express their talent.
Dr. Amani, to what extent the theater is considered a way to find solutions to many issues in the society?
If I tell you, for example, I used to use this example. If I tell you, do you know about Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi?
Yes.
You will remember, first point, you will remember the movie of Salah ad-Din al-Ayyubi. Drama is very interesting.
Yes.
In our childhood, we used to sleep on the stories told by the grandmothers or fathers or parents. It's very easy and nice way to teach anybody anything by using the drama or the story figure. Theater is like we are expressing whatever the case is in a very attractive way to make people think of it without giving solutions. We just give them a way to think. And then sometimes in simple people, when they are watching something, they start to shout with the hero, watch out, somebody is going to kill you, or watch out, they are cheating you. He starts to feel as if he's a writer, or he's inventing what we should do to get a solution out of the problem he is watching. This is we are trying to inspire them to do by watching theater, by even when you listen to a lovely music, your taste starts to be much more elegant. You will start gradually to refuse the bad products which are enforced, unfortunately, throughout some negative channels. This is how theater can change people very slowly but very softly. That's why we are saying it, we're calling it the soft power.
So, Dr. Amani, do you have plans to join the organizing committee next year?
The organizing committee didn't finish our work
till
now. Of course, we have our recommendations to achieve and to follow. How can we make sure at least the applied parts of that which can be applied will be happening on ground.
So to what extent this festival is different from any other Egyptian national film festival held in past years?
We can say everybody has a touch or his own way of thinking, and he's adding to the festival. It's like accumulation of experiences. Everybody did some good part, and the next one start to build up on top of what the previous one did. But actually, this year it was the change and the acceleration of the new ideas was much more than before. But of course, we have to thank all the people before. They did a lot of good work that we build up on top of them.
So, in your opinion, how can we restore the glories of Egyptian theater?
This is the point. We have to invest the glory and the movement. Already people are affected by, not to wait until they forget all about it and then we start another step. Then we will be losing a lot of potentials. But we have now to start. I was talking to Mr. Ismail Mukhtar, the manager of the البيت الفني للمسرح, the house of the
theater. The artistic house of the
theater. I told him I'm dreaming of having very soon show in Halab, Shalatin, in Toshka, in other places who used to be deprived from this kind of art. He said we are planning now, even they have in next month, they will have in Asmarat.
Yes.
But I felt so happy.
You have a theatrical show.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I felt so happy that we are starting to move around. They are trying, and honestly, I think the last few years I've seen a lot of good theoretical shows of very high ethical and artistic messages. Yes.
So also tell us more about the members of the jury in this festival.
Yeah, we had a combination of different actually competitions, with extra competitions than the previous years. We had for professional sector, including all the professional people working in the field, and amateur sector. To be fair, because it's unfair to go make a competition between professional and amateurs. Then we had also a competition for the we can say critical researches and critical articles, which are very important and shouldn't be ignored. Also, we had a competition for the children and special needs. But this variation of kinds of competitions gives better choices and better chances for everybody to show up their efforts. And in every field, we got one of the best or few of the best in this field. Of course, we cannot make all the people participating. But I hope people understand that we cannot, for example, we cannot honor all the same people every year. We have to give a chance to others. Also in the committees, we have to make some kind of variation, which helps in making the event more rich. Also, people who are trying to or the generations of the people who are in the festival was very variable, which makes it much more accepted in my opinion. When we have from the medium generation and we have from the pioneers, when we have from the new generations, we felt that this is fair and expressing the whole levels and the whole generations of the people.
Also, the festival issued 20 publications, including a book about late artist Karam Mutawa and another book about the history of Egyptian theater in 12 decades. So also the festival issued 14 daily brochures about the festival's activities and its daily events. So tell us more about these books.
It was very important to get some kind of documentation.
Yes.
Especially the theater has a problem, which is the short memory of the theater. As people in cinema or drama and television drama, they have a good archiving way. But theater, if you don't register and make a kind of documentation, it will be lost. That's why the actually
issued books.
they made books for every one of the people who are honored, and for the whole details of the festival, of course, including the great artist Karam Mutawa. Also, we had like workshops or we tried
activities and workshops held on the sidelines of the festival.
Yes, including what should we do to improve the theoretical movement, what are the negativities and the positivities to find out how to improve them. It was actually not only a competition and watching 70, by the way, we had 70 artistic work, which is a big number in comparison with the previous festival.
So finally, I'd like to thank you, Dr. Amani Hola, a member of the organizing committee at the National Egyptian Theatre Festival. Thank you for being with us. And dear viewers, by that we come to the end of today's edition of Cairo Local Time. Stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.